What's up, everybody? Flubs with the 8 here. Damn, flubbed that one, huh? What's up, everybody? Flenorbix 1138 here, playing more NieR Automaton. Because it doesn't seem like there's we're barely achieving plural on that front at this point. Ooh, I really, after having some time to reflect, I really got to give credit to this game. Because I've talked a lot on this channel about Attack on Titan, how I think there were some interesting story bits in the last chunk of it in the last season that I don't think were executed perfectly. And I think a very big aspect of that is... I'm going to teleport straight into Resistance Camp? Okay. I think I'll actually teleport into the... Because A2 and Anemone have history, right? So I don't want to just waltz in and have everyone go like, yo, holy shit. I mean, I'm going to do that anyways, but I might as well make a grand entrance instead of just fucking teleporting in. Although it is funny that, like, A, the YorHa teleporters are still operating, and B, they're like, come on in, A2, we love you in here. But yeah, I think Attack on Titan does a pretty good job of showing, hey, here's someone who ends up being in a villainous antagonistic position, but since you have seen their journey the entire way, you understand where they're coming from. And I think there's a little bit of, and don't you feel bad for him too, even in the middle of all the genocide? Don't you feel like, aren't you still a little bit on his side, even though you know he's in the wrong? And my response to that is, no. I kind of get where he's coming from emotionally, but in no way do I I get it, but I also have lost all sympathy because he's taking it way too far. That's the main thing, and I don't think that's the feeling I was supposed to feel. I think I was supposed to feel like, ooh, you still feel bad for him, even though he's doing these terrible things, and that's not where I was at. He's so far across the line that I don't feel bad for him anymore. Even though he's a well-written character, my personal sympathy is gone. And then, ironically, there's a lot of people who are like, I find him so sympathetic that I actually agree with him. And those people, I have no media literacy whatsoever. This game accomplished what Attack on Titan could not, which is, I honestly did not feel it when 2B died. I think I was a little bit in shock to the point where it's not that I didn't buy it, but I was just I was kind of too distracted with, oh, what a gutsy story decision for me to get emotionally torn apart by that. I was almost compartmentalizing my emotions involuntarily, versus when I found Pascal's village, instantly I got to the point, and I can't remember if I've ever felt like this before. Truly, I don't think I've ever felt like this before. Of, looking at 9S's character and 9S's vibe of, well, now I just got to kill them all. What else am I supposed to do except kill everyone now? And I've never felt like this before. For a few minutes, I got over it, and then I stopped the session, and I've had plenty of time to reflect, obviously. For a few minutes, legitimately, I was like, that is the morally wrong thing to do, and I still agree with him. In this moment, I feel those emotions so deeply that I'm on his side for this. I know I shouldn't be, deep down. I am aware that I shouldn't be, but I feel it so hard. Ah, shit. I could have been helping this person. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! I was so busy monologuing about how much I was sad about you, but I could have been saving you the whole time. Oh, my God! Holy shit! I did note we never found Pascal's body, so I was curious, is there a chance that he got away? Oh, my fucking God. That's embarrassing. We saved him. We saved him. Oh, I don't know if that's something you can fail. I mean, he's clearly down to the line, so I'm curious if that's actually if he gets far enough down on health, he just stays there. If that is a thing you can fail, Oh boy, maybe I should have been not monologuing about my feelings the whole time and actually paid attention to what was going on around me. Oh my god, Pascal's okay. Holy shit. I'm still really, really mad about the village. I don't take back anything I said, but... Oof. Okay. Yeah, let's talk.
You're a machine too.
No, calm down.
Wait, please. I have no intention of harming you. My name is Pascal, and while it's true that I am a machine life form, I also detest fighting of any kind.
Uh-huh. And machines don't have souls. They're just murder bots with a fancy name. They killed so many of us. And I swore to make them pay.
I see. If that will save your soul, then so be it.
This... Look, I know the fact that I'm pausing, everyone's, like, tense in their buttholes. I'm gonna let Pascal live, obviously. But I have to pause and just, like, think about, like... I emotionally, I don't know if I could keep playing the game if I destroyed Pascal right now. But I think it's worth, like, still asking the question of, is this true to what we know about A2's character, that she would do this? We don't know a lot about her. That's honestly, I know for sure we're gonna get more, but that's, so far in Route C, the only bummer is that, like, I've played as her for a decent amount of time, I still have no idea what her deal is, and I want to know, and I'm curious, you know, if we're going into Resistance Camp, I'm sure we're going to get that real soon. But I don't know if it's 100% in character for A2 to do this, but we also know that there is a 2B floating around in A2's brain now, and we know 2B is on board with Pascal, so even if this is quote-unquote out of character, I can justify it by saying maybe 2B is helping A2 make the decision here. Obviously, I'm letting Pascal live.
You are going to kill me?
Just shut up and leave before I change my mind.
You... No. Never mind. You have my thanks.
My people don't need me anymore on account of their dead. But I'm still gonna do the thing. Oh, straight up disintegrated. Well, now I'm super glad I didn't teleport in the middle of town. A little embarrassed that I was so caught up in my emotions that I didn't bother looking to see what the big quest marker on the map was. But holy shit, Pascal is not dead. Whew. I assume he won't have a massive impact on the plot if we have the option to kill him then and there. But in this playthrough, he's gonna stick around. Whew. Again, I don't take back anything I said, because it's still a massacre of a village that I was very emotionally attached to. But in terms of, like, me not feeling depressed for the entire game, it's really nice to know that at least Pascal made it out. Anyways, ooh, I just realized that this, this little banner has been destroyed. In fact, it seems like a lot of tarps have been destroyed. Honestly, everything else, the camp is holding up physically well, all things considered, after that weird cannibal attack. But it is fun that there are some updates. Where are Devola and Popola at? I still don't trust them. And I don't love that they just, appear to have cut and run one cutscene after being relevant. I assume you guys are going to have the same... Yeah, not the same dialogue. Okay. No need to check everybody, then. But yes, generally I'm very good at, like, compartmentalizing... Not even well, sort of. Especially when playing video games. I can't speak to too much in real life because I haven't been confronted with too many super intense moral decisions in my life. Not on the same scale as what happens in the stories of video games. But generally, I feel like I'm pretty good about separating my emotions and my feelings about a thing from what I know is the right thing to do. And seeing Pascal's village is the first time in a long time that I've been like, oh, I am now on board with the evil thing to do. Just straight up, I'm aware that it's the wrong, bad, morally incorrect thing to do, and I still want to do it. So, props to the game. Well done. It's been a long time since the game has made me feel that specific vibe, and I think that's very impressive. Anyways, Pascal's alive. Cool, good things. Hello, Anemone. We probably have a lot to catch up on, even though I don't know what we have to catch up on. I think it's a lot, just judging from previous vibes. Number 2, you're still alive. Sorry I haven't been in touch, Anemone. You survived. That's all that matters. Though I fear that all of your fighting companions are long gone. I had to kill number 2-1 with my own hands. I'm sorry. No, it's... Oh, that's right. Did you know there was a YorHa member here named 2B that looked just like you? They don't really look that much alike. I guess now with the haircut, there's a lot more similarity, but I don't... Are they supposed to be the same model unit? Because I don't think their face is the same. Maybe they are, and I just haven't gotten a good look at 2B's face on account of the whole blindfold situation. I haven't gotten enough time. Look, I know we've seen her with the blindfold off. I haven't gotten enough time looking at her face to notice that. But I thought they were meant to not actually look that similar. That's surprising to me that that's something they're remarking on. But again, the haircut is obviously... I understand the thematic resemblance. I'm surprised that in-world characters are saying, you guys look exactly the same. Moving on. She's dead. What? 2B is dead. I killed her. She was infected with the logic virus. Oh. Well, please make yourself at home in our camp. I'll have someone to show you around. Not necessary. Her memories are contained in this sword. Oh, it's in the sword? Okay. I did not pick up on that, but that's cool. I see. You can go ahead and use her old room then. I'm in charge of the camp here. I'll make sure to tell everyone about you. Great. I guess I'll check out the room. Did I already go? Okay, maybe it was closed before. I was just curious if there's any, like, pick-upables now that I'm... Ooh, there is technically something, but it's probably just a... Yeah, small recovery. I'm realizing I have my heater on, so I better turn that off before it kicks in. It messes with the audio. Ooh, we have a side quest in camp already? I don't think that's a Coliseum, is it? Yeah, it's a new thing. Alright. Hey, Anemone. Got a question for you. Any chance you could spare a fuel filter? A fuel filter? I'm afraid our supply recently ran out. Pascal makes them for us, so you could go pick up one directly if you'd like. Pascal? Oh, this would be a real awkward conversation if I'd made a different decision. You know him? You trade with the enemy? His village is different. They never caused us any harm. No way. Forget it. This may be hard to understand, but we forged an alliance in trade materials when the need arises. We can't be picky about how we reach our goals around here. And besides, we aren't so far gone that we kill machine life forms after they surrender. A2 thinks back to that literal baby she killed. Yeah, maybe I had not gotten the memo about not killing non-combatants. You've changed, number 2. The way you talk and act is completely different from how you were in the past. And you've become a true leader. I'm nothing compared to Rose. Oh, was that the super quiet lady? Actually, I have the records stored on that external drive. I thought I should preserve memories of the time we fought together. And I also think you have a right to see them. You and I must never forget. I know. I want to know more about, like, original A2, but I am curious how much of this storyline is going to end up being, like, 2B and A2 mind meld together, and become this new Ghost in the Shell person. I think that's going to be a really interesting story beat, but I hope we also, and it might be what we're about to look at, but I hope we get a really good feel for, like, who A2 was before she downloaded 2B. But I assume that line of, like, you act and talk way differently than you did before is meant to be a sign of 2B's in there, messing around. YorHa Pearl Harbor Descent Personal Record, Part 1. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those, novels. But I'm ready for it. I think I am going to go a little bit faster than what the text scrolls by, because it's really hard to voice act when the text is showing up that slowly. So I'm not going to skip through the dialogue, but I will skip past the typing out of it. My name is Anemone, and I lead the android resistance. This is a record of the battles I've experienced, and my losses. I leave it here as a warning to myself. The machine lifeform attack lands far too close for comfort. I smell an acrid odor and know that some of my hair has been singed off. Anemone, retreat for now. That's an order. That's my captain, Rose. I obey her without hesitation, running from the front as soon as I take out a few nearby enemies. Feet flying beneath me, I leap into the hastily built trench where my resistance comrades are gathered. How many battles is this now? The same sights and sounds, the same struggle of attrition. My resistance forces play the same war on repeat with no end in sight. I don't even remember why we're fighting anymore, but I must continue regardless. I must continue until one side or the other is dead. This looks bad, Shion. What should we do? Calm down, Lily. We'll find an opening somewhere. You don't search for an opening, you make one! Dahlia, wait! I grab Dahlia's arm before she can flee the trench and turn to Rose. She brought us here after all. She must have a plan of some kind. But as the enemy horde closes in, Rose simply squints off in the distance. There's been a change in enemy movements, she says finally. Someone just started fighting over there. But that's not possible, stammers Margaret. We're all here. Margaret's right. There are only 9 of us left capable of fighting the machines. Captain Rose, Gerbera, Lily, Sonia, Erica, Margaret, Shion, Dahlia, and me, Anemone. We're all that's left of the 8th Descent Forces. The one that took place roughly 200 years ago. An uneasy Sonia pulls Shion close and chews on a loose strand of hair. I don't like it, she says. What if it's some kind of machine trap? I wait for a while, heart pounding, until I hear the enemy fire lessen. Okay, I say, this looks like our chance. Let's pull back. Someone's fighting out there, Anemone, cries Dahlia. We can't abandon them. Oh, so you want to risk all of our lives for some stranger? Come on, we don't even know if this mystery fighter is on our side or not. That's not what I said. Enough, you two, barks Shion. The captain makes the final decision on this. After Shion speaks, all of us turn to Captain Rose. She looks us in the eyes and nods slowly before starting to speak. Gerbera, the enemy is heading toward the explosives we set up earlier, yes? Gerbera thinks for a moment. Now that you mention it, yeah, they are. A slight smile crosses Rose's face, and she still seems perfectly composed. Good. Then if this goes well, we might be able to take them all out. I want all of you to leave this trench and get to those explosives, says Rose. We'll let the blast take out most of them, then clean up the stragglers. Identifying our unknown mystery fighters can wait until we're done. No one objects to the captain's decision. The moment she issues the order, we all leap from the trench as one and re-enter the fray. When we reach the battle, we find what appears to be another set of androids dressed in strange black outfits. Before they even know what's happening, we detonate the explosives, kill the remaining machines, and turn our guns in their direction. All right, I say to the strangers, start talking. Easy, says one of the mystery androids. We're on your side. We're new models rolled out as part of something called Project YorHa. Really, I say. We haven't heard anything about new models. I probably speak with more bluster than necessary, but I have to make sure they're actually on our side. I don't think they're lying necessarily, but I can't read their expressions thanks to the giant goggles they wear. And frankly, a little caution never goes amiss in the middle of a war. We learn that the 4 androids refer to each other as Number 2, Number 4, Number 16, and Number 21. Should be 1, 6, and 2, 1. That's how they operate our numbers. I'll go with that. They also aren't in a hurry to share much more. Our mission is top secret, one of them says. That's why you haven't heard about us yet. I slowly draw my knife in an attempt to gauge their reaction. So in other words, no one will know any better if I kill you right now. Stand down, Anemone, says Rose softly. No, cries Lily. She's right. We've all seen how quickly the enemy is evolving. Who's to say these four aren't machines that just look like humans? Or just look human. My companion's not in agreement. This damn war has made us all suspicious. One of the strangers, number 16, I believe, draws a long knife from its sheath. If it's a fight you want, she says, I'm happy to give it to you. Before I can respond, Dahlia leaps in front of me with her weapon at the ready. This is it. We're going to fight. But just before the battle can erupt, the android called number 2 steps forward. Wait, she says. There used to be 16 of us, says number 2, but the others died during the descent. We're isolated and alone out here. Reinforcements aren't coming, and that means we have to finish this mission with the soldiers we have left. We don't need more enemies right now. What we need is allies. She finishes this speech with a soft sigh, as if trying and failing to hold her emotions in check. I know that sort of voice. It's the voice of someone who still has hope despite all the odds. Archive obtained. Resistance, Rose, and Anemone. How many of these are going to be? That's the tricky thing. I obviously want to get to all of them, but all in a row is a lot. I think let's do one more. I'm guessing there's going to be 3. But who knows? Remembering OG NieR correctly, sometimes there could be 5 or 6. Who knows? But yeah, that's actually... I want to check something. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Who decides... I'm not complaining, but who decides the gender presentation of all the androids that get built? Because it feels like there's a very, very clear... there's been a very deliberate rebalancing of gender distribution. 8, 22, and 64. Okay, so it's not... I was curious if these 3 were going to be the surviving androids that were part of A2 Squad. But no, that is a separate set of 3 folks. And then you're going to tell me at the bottom here that... Oh, wait, hang on. I was cleared. Cleared's different from all. But yeah, I know I failed. I failed Speed Racer. I'm so sorry, sir. If only I'd gotten that wire sooner. And did I fail one other one? Maybe not. Oh, that's actually even more of a bummer if I only missed one. Damn. That's a real bummer. If it was 2 or 3, I'd be like, yeah, of course it was bound to happen. But the fact that it's only 1 is like, oh, I got really close. Now we'll see. Let's do one more for now. I gotta do more accents to vary up the voices, I think. But we haven't seen almost any British people. Which is usually for the best, but in terms of me having to voice act different voices, I wish there was a couple mixed in. According to the YorHa team, there's an enemy server beneath Mount Kaala. Kaala, I think that's my best shot. If we can take it out, we might finally gain some ground in this endless war. But in order for that to happen, we need to work together. After a bit of thought, Rose decides to throw in with the new models. It's a relationship that changes as time goes on. What are you doing, Dahlia? Just showing this idiot how weak she is, replies a winded Dahlia. Ha! Wheezes her opponent, number 16. You're obviously outmatched. The 2 of them are taking turns hitting each other. It's not a race, it's not wrestling, just straight up slap contest. Or punch contest, more likely. It seems friendly enough, as those things go. Plus, they've been doing it for so long now that both of them are out of energy. They likely couldn't punch through a piece of paper at this point. The rest of the group stares at the combatants and tries not to grin. Dahlia and number 16 seem to butt heads over the smallest little things. Maybe it's because they're so much alike. It's almost annoying how quickly muscleheads learn to like one another. The rest of us converse as Dahlia and 16 continue to spar. We call each other by names that I gave us, explains Rose. I was gonna say, there's a very strange collection of names. Are they all... We got Rose, Lily... Dahlia. I guess they're all flowers. Is anemone a flower? I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it. I've done enough this session of musing to myself when I am seconds away from getting the answer to a question I'm looking for. I see, responds number 4. I thought it strange that you didn't use code numbers. She nods while she speaks, as though all this makes perfect sense. Suddenly, Captain Rose breaks out into a wide grin. You know what? She says. I think we should give all of you names as well. No, says number 2. It would be a waste. Rose opens eyes her warily. A waste? You can name me when the mission is over, she replies as a blush rises in her cheeks. I could tell her words also served as a wish for success. All right, responds Rose. I'll think of a name for you by then. She knows this is a fleeting promise, as most such things are. But it doesn't matter. Already I can see us growing closer to the YorHa team. Well, my friends are growing closer to them, at least. You're all being careless, I state, much louder than I intend. Luckily, the others either don't hear or decide to ignore it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to go against the captain's judgment. But that doesn't mean I'm ready to just lie down and trust our new friends. Ours is a solitary exercise that has long since been abandoned by the moon. No matter how they cried, mourned, or struggled, the voices of our departed comrades went unanswered. So how can you trust an entire squad of new models that you've just met? What's wrong, Anemone? I hear Lily calling to me. She's likely concerned about me being apart from the rest of the group. Nothing, I begin. Before I can complete my thought, Lily suddenly opens her mouth and emits a terrible scream. I have neighbors and I live in an apartment building! Lily's scream echoes throughout the entire camp. It's heartbreaking. It's agony. It's horrible. She's infected, screams Rose. Lily's infected! We all draw weapons out of instinct as much as anything else, pointing them at our comrade as she continues to scream and scream and scream. We all know what's happening. We've seen it before. It's a logic virus, a machine weapon that hijacks android systems and overwrites their data. And since there's no known cure, it's also a death sentence. I need to show her mercy. I need to set her free. My finger rests on the trigger, yet I hesitate, and before I can make that final, fateful decision, I hear a voice rise up from somewhere behind me. Stop! You can't do this. You can't just let your friend die! It's number 2-1. The girl I thought to be cool and composed beyond all measure was now pleading with me to spare Lily's life. What do I do? What the hell do I do? Lily said you were like a family to her. You can't abandon family, not before you exhaust every possibility. What can you do, then? I'll use my power to erase the virus. That's impossible. Rose spat out what we were all thinking, but before we can act, Lily starts to send nearby comrades flying with impossible strength. I've seen infected androids before. I know how much damage they can do once the virus turns off their limiters. They'll fight and fight until they're utterly destroyed. Dahlia and number 16 rush into the fray, trying to suppress their former friend, but she swats them away like flies. How many of us have been infected now? How many friends have I been forced to put down? The heart I'm not supposed to have aches with the thought. It aches as I remember all the identification numbers that have been retired. When did I start giving them names? When did I decide I simply couldn't endure it any longer? Initiating reprogramming sequence. That voice. Number 2-1? She's screaming up something about reprogramming? Hacking? Is she in? I don't know what to do. I am lost. As my vision slowly clears, I see number 2-1 inputting commands into her terminal while number 2 and number 4 hold her down. They hold her as she rides, and Rose stares at me with surprise. Oh no. I'm holding Lily too. Ooh, we don't get to find out if it worked or not. I mean, if we do have a cure for the virus, I would hope that we used it and we would know about it, and A2 didn't murder 2B for nothing, so I'm going to assume it didn't work. Let's see what we've got. Is that going to be in unit data? Or no, it's at archives. Gunner 16, a unit from the experimental YorHa squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War. Number 16 possessed a rough and tumble personality ideal for her role as a gunner. She was required to attack foes from a distance. Though she possessed a defiant streak that extended even to her superiors, she was assigned to the mission anyway due to her tremendous offensive capabilities. During her squad's assault on Mount Kaala, number 16 volunteered to stay behind and hold off the machine lifeform army so her companions could continue up the mountain. She fought with great courage alongside members of a local resistance group and managed to hold off overwhelming numbers until the appearance of a Goliath that was unaffected by ordinary weaponry. Seeing no other way to end the fight, she chose to destroy the enemy by overloading and detonating her own fusion reactor. This act of self-sacrifice, despite her defiant nature, is one of remarkable interest and likely merits further study. Spoilers! Scanner 2-1. Oh, Scanner. So is that supposed to be like a 9S model? Well, it does say it does use she, her pronouns, so I guess not. Number 2-1 possessed a cool and analytical personality that perfectly fit her role as a scanner. Her first, and perhaps most impressive achievement, was using her analytical abilities to cure a member of the local resistance group who had been infected by a logic virus. Unfortunately, she fell victim to the same virus shortly thereafter during the assault on the Mount Koala server. Though she fought valiantly, the virus had evolved into a form that she could no longer remove, which eventually led her to asking an allied unit to end her life. Experimental YorHa Unit to number 2-1's initial success against the virus has been determined to be valuable information regarding how to construct barriers against machine life forms and should be included in the basic systems of the all subsequent YorHa squadron members. That's the thing about viruses, they do love to evolve, don't they? Attacker 4. Though Attacker number 4 possessed an unusually bright and cheerful personality, she still managed to be effective when it came to engaging in close quarter combat. Quarters? Usually close quarters? Yeah. In addition to providing a morale boost to the group, this unit also used her sunny disposition to form an alliance with the local resistance group. She was eventually killed during the assault on the Mount Koala server, the cause of which was a self-directed overload of her own fusion reactor. Oh, there's a lot of that going around, huh? Further research reveals that she undertook this action as a means of protecting her companion, Attacker number 2. One further note. While this unit's cheerful personality provided certain benefits to overall unit morale, it was also responsible for a decrease in fighting spirit during intense combat. As such, it has been deemed inappropriate for future combat models. Although, perhaps intentionally put into some operator models who are not in the middle of combat. That would be interesting if there's meant to be a connection there. Resistance Rose. This android, encountered by the experimental YorHa Squadron, is the leader of a group composed of many resistance members. A survivor of the 8th Descent operation, she continued to wage guerrilla warfare in the Pacific region thereafter. Unable to stop the ever-proliferating machine, she continued to fight a war of bitter attrition for over 200 years. After encountering the experimental YorHa Squadron, she sought to change the tide of battle through fighting alongside them. She was destroyed by machine life forms in the server room underneath Mount Koala during the mission to destroy said server. Again, I think maybe we could have waited until we read the whole thing, but alright. So I was wrong. Rose is not just computer lady. The camera just panned over the computer solely so that we could read the records. Good to know. Anemone, member of the resistance group led by Dahlia. It was led by... Wait, what? No, it was absolutely led by Rose, wasn't it? I thought that was the whole point. Led by Dahlia, that was encountered by the experimental YorHa Squadron. This unit was said to be unusually cautious and showed the greatest initial distrust of the experimental YorHa Squadron. However, her disposition gradually grew more amicable after scanner number 2-1 managed to eradicate a logic virus that infected one of her companions. She executed an infected unit, number 2-1, in the elevator hall of Mount Koala server facility and went missing shortly thereafter. Alright, I am starting to realize maybe I should have read them all before I actually checked the archives. I assumed that they would update only with the information we already knew, but I guess it's just the information that we technically have access to, even if we haven't read it yet. It appears to be the vibe. Good use of some music there. I was complaining before that, like, Shadowlord's music...
A broken filter will cause significant problems with fuel distribution. Proposal: replace the faulty part immediately.
Yeah, I know.
Coordinates confirmed for a colony centered around the machine life form known as Pascal. Location marked on map.
You don't know when to shut up, do you?
Yeah, when I was just using generic Coliseum, I was bummed to hear that music, but this time around it was used in a very effective spot, so like that. You looking for a resistance member as usually here? Yeah, I stepped out. Said he had to make a delivery to the outpost near the desert. I thought he'd be back by now, honestly. Maybe you can check up on him next time you're out that way. Thanks, I appreciate it. There's a female resistance member stationed in the desert who might know where he is. Oh, there's more? It's still sorting trouble quest? God, please let that be Jackass he's talking about. She's a female android in the desert. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, we got through. Wow, this music does not know which track it wants to be playing. Because I don't think it's too blended together. I think it's too overlapping each other. And hey, there they are. They teleported in when I wasn't looking. Oh, I can shop from Popola, but obviously we're gonna talk to Devola first. Are you looking for something? Oh, okay, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. Oh, they've got swords. Outdated swords. Death rattle. Enemies emit death cries if defeated by hacking. What the fuck? Devola, what the fuck? Just to make me feel bad? Holy shit! Time slows when near enemy projectiles. Combos continue while evading. Strike enemy bullets to detonate them. That's kind of cool. Auto collect. That's fun. Or just the mental torture button, which I don't want to press. Say, think you'd be able to give us a hand with a certain odd job? Devola, please. Well, what else can we do? Ever since that huge-ass tower showed up, we've been short on people and supplies. If we keep getting distracted by the little things, we'll never get those resistance members repaired. That's true, but... So there you have it. Anyway, mind lending us a hand? Still don't trust you, but I'll do it. Great! Much appreciated. Okay, so all we need are some stripped screws, small gears, and machine oil. You can get stripped screws from the machines that look like they've been stacked on top of each other. I think you can get small gears from the small machines with the short legs. You should be able to find some machine oil near a deserted truck at the abandoned factory. You specifically the truck? I guess there might be multiple trucks and she's just saying anyone will do, but that makes it sound like there's one specific deserted truck with Mew under it that I have to go check. Please don't put yourself in danger for this, alright?
That's everything those redhead twins wanted. Guess I'll hand it over.
Hell yeah. I don't need your fucking truck. Let's see. Yep, that's everything. Thanks for the help. Then it's time for us to get to work, Devola. So what are you guys making? Isn't it obvious? Daily necessities. We're often asked to handle various odd jobs around the camp. Why are they wasting the two of you on odd jobs? Oh, it's no bother. We're happy to help however we can. Frankly, we're thankful just to have a job of any kind. Anyway, enough gabbing. Here's your reward. Guys? This is a lot. Just take it already. It's not like we have anything to spend it on. Go on. You earned it. Maybe you'll agree to help us again later? That's not that much. I've gotten like 10,000 from certain side quests before. But for all my hard work, I'll take it. Hello again. We instantly thought of more things we need. I'd love to sit here and chat, but we need to head out and take care of a job. Things are a little crazy around here at the moment. I need to get these materials post-haste and... Hey, sis, just ask already. Let me guess, you need a scrap collector. Oh, we couldn't possibly ask. Ignore the hint. Thanks, this is a huge help. Devola, we can't keep asking people to... Yes, we can, sis. Her predecessor did it all the time with that one old guy. Let's just be grateful for the help. Anyway, I just need you to track down some desert roses. It's a pretty rare plant, but I'd start by searching around the old ruins in the desert. Sorry to put you through this. And please be careful. Some of the desert enemies are quite strong. I don't have enough. Do you guys sell different things? You're both shop people. Okay, no, it seems like they sell the same thing. Take care.